The world is full of mysteries, and despite impressive achievements in science, we still remain clueless about a number of things around us. A good example is the lost city of Atlantis. I'm sure many of you have heard stories of the wonderful city of Atlantis, which is now lost. However, many still don't know much about this once beautiful city. Atlantis is a nation that was first mentioned by Plato more than 2,300 years ago, and is one of the oldest and grandest mysteries of our world. The story of Atlantis has been a fascinating tale among Western philosophers and historians alike. Plato described it as a powerful and quite advanced kingdom during its era. The Atlantis civilization ended sometime around 9600 BC. Many philosophers and historians have been divided as to whether Plato's account of Atlantis was to be taken as history or a mere story. And since the 19th century, there has been renewed interest in the lost city of Atlantis. There are a ton of questions about this city, like when did it exist? Around which area of today's map can this city be placed? What was the city like? Who built this wonderful city? Welcome to Brainghetti, where we give you educative content with a bit of spice. Today we'll be looking at the wonderful city of Atlantis and its history. According to the Greek philosopher Plato, Atlantis existed about 9,000 years before Plato's time, and suddenly disappeared one day. Famous for being a host of many worldly pleasures, the city is as mysterious as it is attractive. Plato described Atlantis as an island larger than Libya and Asia Minor put together. The island is located somewhere in the Atlantic, just beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which is generally assumed to refer to the Strait of Gibraltar. The island consisted of a Poseidon statue, concentric walls, and canals. While some believe Atlantis was located in the Mediterranean, a few also argued that it could be under the frozen Antarctica. However, recent studies have revealed a new place, and scientists now believe Atlantis can be found in Cadiz, somewhere between Spain and Morocco. This is further backed up by the fact that the region is quite prone to tsunamis. One of the largest ones occurred in November 1755. This fits in well with how Atlantis was destroyed. Researchers have previously proposed that Atlantis was located on the island of Santorini, the Italian island of Sardinia, or even Cyprus. While the true size of Atlantis is unknown, it is said to be a very big island. Many have even likened it to the largest Greek island, Crete. Legend has it that Atlantis was built by Poseidon, the god of the sea, of storms and earthquakes, when he fell in love with a mortal woman named Cleito. He built the city on top of a hill, on a piece of isolated island to protect her. Based on this story, Poseidon walked through the world looking through the biggest island until he got to the biggest of them all, Atlantis. On getting to the island, he found many people living there. These people were more beautiful and intelligent than the rest of the world. In the city of Atlantis, Poseidon built a wonderful home for his beloved wife that was encircled by rings of water and land. 5 tunnels connected the 5 rings of water to the surface, while a huge canal connected the outer rings of water to the ocean. Ships could pass through the tunnels, and towers and gates protected each entrance to the city. The wall that encircled the rings was also made of red, white, and black rocks and embellished with precious metals. Poseidon had 5 pairs of twin sons with Cleito, the eldest of which was Atlas. The sons inherited the great city, while Atlas became Atlantis' first ruler. A massive statue of Poseidon riding a chariot and carried by winged chariots was built by his children. They placed the statue inside a temple that they built to honor him. The statue was made of pure gold, and the roof of the temple was really high. In terms of its economy and prosperity, Atlantis is said to have been an autonomous region where most people grew their own food and reared their animals. The farmers in the city were able to grow crops in the fertile plains on the outskirts with the help of a well-developed irrigation system, which revealed just how technologically advanced the city was. They also built beautiful buildings and various architectural wonders from black and red stone materials. The people also employed rare metals and even alloys like brass in their buildings, and used crystals extensively for leisure purposes. This shows how rich the city was and how it stood tall among similar cities of that era. Some stories claim that the original inhabitants of Atlantis were actually of extraterrestrial origin and arrived about 50,000 years ago from the Lyrian star system. The average lifespan of the inhabitants of Atlantis is widely believed to be about 800 years, despite being much more beautiful and intelligent. As the Atlanteans grew more powerful than most of the world, their ethics declined and they began to get greedy. Their armies conquered Africa and as far back as Egypt and Europe, before losing to an Athenian-led alliance. Later, the island was ravaged by floods and earthquakes, which cemented the end of a once great civilization. The people of Atlantis were believed to possess a device which had the ability to allow them to channel energy from time and space. Many believe, however, that these claims are merely speculation. Although many people consider Atlantis to be fiction, many still believe that the stories of Atlantis are based on real-life events, although somewhat exaggerated. As the debate continued, some researchers claimed that this kingdom was a whole continent off the coast of the Bahamas and the Bermuda Triangle, which later swallowed it up. But some believe that Atlantis is the present-day Antarctica. Do you believe the story of Atlantis? Why do you think the civilization fell? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Smash a like on the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications to know when we next upload something for you.